Guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Sunday Shaves, man, with me, Subie Shaves. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning outside. Today we're using, ready for this, little AC blade and injector blade. This is gonna be a dual razor day. And I don't know if anybody's gonna enjoy this shave as much as I am, but I'm gonna really enjoy myself here. This I have never used, guys. This is an AC blade. This is the Feather professional blade. I don't even know why they come in this system if you don't inject them into the razor. Do any of the new razors take an injector like this where you slide it? I don't think any of them do. Don't know why they produce them in this, but we're gonna be using that guy because they don't have a better system of selling it. And we're gonna be using an injector blade, and we're gonna be using the system, the razors, okay? We're not gonna be doing any home hacking to any degree with this. This is the brand new AC razor from Yaqi. Okay, guys, I used a DE blade in it yesterday. I trimmed a DE blade, I put it in, I shaved with it. I felt like it wasn't a fair comparison if I hadn't used the AC blade. So rather than get on and being like, this is fantastic, I wanted to use what it came with stock. And I was like, I'm gonna do that on camera and we're gonna have my reaction because I wanna see what I think about the brand new razor from Yaqi. Then we're gonna use this guy. Okay, we're gonna do half. We're gonna split it down the middle again, boys. And we're gonna be doing it with, this is a Challenger razor, okay? This is plastic, the whole thing is plastic. The head of it opens up like this, you guys can see. I'm gonna rotate it a little bit so you guys can see. Oh, close. Just like that, and you just swing the door open and close, you put the blade in. Okay, you know me, I like systems that look like they could be potentially homebrew, hacked, tweaked, twerked, you know, just Miley Cyrus style, really. You know, just getting on there being nasty and just doing it hardcore style. This is how we're doing it. We're going crazy hardcore style with the Challenger razor. This guy was given to me. I think they're like $3 or $5, $2. This was given to me. My friend bought two, and he's like, oh man, this is not for me. I'm gonna send it to my friend Subie Shaves, see if he likes it. So I get this package in the mail. Didn't know it was coming. It was a miracle package. It was like a mystery package. It just arrives. I thought I was gonna get yelled at because I was like, I didn't buy anything. And open up the package, there's this razor. And he's like, yeah, I just wanted to send it to you. Be nice. Blew my mind. I was so pumped. I didn't go open up any of the rest of the box. I ran upstairs. I just did some shaving with this. That turns out in that same package is my current, it's like up there. Like I use it all the time. Frank Shaves brush. It was in the bottom, so I didn't see it. So I did the whole shave with this. Could have been using this long. That's just me. I got so excited I couldn't even see straight. Today we're gonna use both things. Both things were sent to me from my friend. And we're also gonna be using the Holy Black. This is the Gunpowder spice scent in the most OG cool tin. Guys, this is a tin. It's metal. Yeah, I haven't seen an OG tin like this for shave soap ever. When I got this, I was just like, this is the best packaging I've ever seen, and I love it. I wish everyone did like this. This is so cool. Like, look how it opens. Yeah, I'm a scooper. I go into a scuttle. I'm straight up. Oh, yeah, this smells like there's fog war in it for sure. And I don't know, for me, it just smells like what a dude, like a hitman. This smells like a freaking superhero to me. I don't know, like, yeah, it's kind of musty and it's spicy and a little bit of powdery. Wife's not home, right? There's one scent my wife won't do and it's powdery. I don't even care. And usually when I wear this, she doesn't mind because it has so much other stuff to it that it kind of like, you know, takes her off her guard, I guess, because she doesn't mind that one. And, oh, the Southern Witchcraft Valley of Ashes splash. I don't know, you don't see me get this excited about my software usually. Like I try to keep that on the down low, how much I love my software. Holy freaking cow, my wife's not home, so I'm rocking like race car snot. Right, this smells like gasoline and tar and the racetrack. Oh, It smells like Detroit to me. Like the Detroit raceways. Takes me right back to Michigan. I love this scent. Oh, anybody that likes race cars. Today I have to drive my STI around. I know, poor me. Gonna be a rough day. I want to smell like that. Even if, like, I used to have an old Camaro that would smell like that all the time. I get out of the car, always smell like that. The new cars don't do it, right? Not even catless, not, emissionless. They still don't smell like that carbureted V8. Oh, with the big cam. Oh my goodness, right, guys? Sorry, car guy. And that scent is just for me. I think they made that, like, they're like, Josh Perkins is gonna like this. Make it for him. All right, let's get into the shave. I'm gonna slam on some Proraso White for the pre-shave because I have no idea how this is gonna go, guys. And I want to do this for everybody, and just I don't know if everybody's gonna be curious. I'm not like proficient in everything. I haven't tried everything on the market because I'm still like, I don't know, collecting and experimenting. So for me, when I try something new, I don't know if anybody like that hasn't tried an AC blade would be curious. My reaction, my experience with the AC blade. I'm gonna try to be as vocal as I can about it. Try to compare it to what I have used. Please keep in mind, guys, that, again, this is my first use on an AC2 blade. I know there's lots of options. The Pro lines from Schick, I hear, are fantastic. A lot of people reached out to me and said, here's the 3 you want to try. I picked up the Feather Pros because first, they're not cheap, man. These are like 20 bucks or 15 bucks for 20. They're not cheap. They're actually, ironically, cheaper than the Schicks that I buy, which are 7 for $7, right? 7 for $7 on those. Yeah, they're not, neither are cheap. And so I wanted to give it a try before I really invested in the system. Call me a little apprehensive here, but I am definitely skeptical. So we're going to see. Guys, while I'm lathering, I just want to do a huge shout out to all, it was 30, to all 28 of you, now that it's dipped, that not only subscribed to the channel, that said, I have faith in this guy. I want to be a part of this, what this guy's about. I just want to thank you guys, all of you, even the people that are not subscribed, for getting on, watching my stuff, being a part of this journey, making it fun for me. You know what I mean? It's so much more fun when you've got people that are just like tagging along. I don't know why. It's just fun. I feel like I'm not talking to just a blank audience. So guys, thank you for being a part of it. Like I said, for being a part of the Josh squad, being a part of the all blade squad. I'm gonna make sure it's all blade squad, because that's awesome for me. Really cool. Thank you so much for being a part, for watching this today. And I also wanted to shoot out this I'm really excited about. This morning I found out on one of the threads that I follow, they did a PIF. And if anybody doesn't know what that is, because it doesn't make any sense to normal humans, people in the wet shaving community are really generous. They're very nice. They are above and beyond most. It just still astounds me. And they did a giveaway on a super speed vintage DE. And I don't use any vintage DEs, guys. So, never had one, never used one. So, somebody on there that won, I didn't win. They said, you know what, send it to Josh. So huge, massive thank you to Chuck and to, oh my goodness, my brain is just dipping. I'll post it in here. I'll post it below on the names for doing the PIF. Awesome, so exciting. I'm pumped about being able to try a super speed. Speaking of trying things, right? Because my shaves wouldn't be what they are without trying things. We're going to try this Challenger razor with an injector. A Schick injector, hopefully. This is what I grabbed. Yes, Schick injector. Again, you can tell with the way that the blade connects to that back strop. These are a little smaller. And in the Challenger razor, I have found that the smaller blade works better. Okay? Guys, the Challenger razor, I'm going to try to show everyone, has these ridges on the inside. This is how the DE blade, because this takes a half DE blade stock, goes in. You put your DE blade, you close it. Well, clever on the Challenger blade side, they put in 2 little tabs up here. There's one back here and there's one up front. And what they do is when you seat your DE blade in, Makes it so there's not as much wobble when you're closing it. And for me, maybe I have the most steady hand in the world. I have no idea. I've never found those front pins ever to do anything. I have the back pins, and the way I close, I have my blade usually pointed back. So I've never had problems. So what I did, I took a little plastic file, and it's a file designed for plastic. You can also use like a really high grit, like 2,200 grit, and remove these little tabs up front. This is $2, so experimenting with this isn't going to be painful. I removed the little tabs, just notched them off, just shaved them or sanded them clean off. You can't really tell. I did a good job. I got rid of it. You can't even tell. It's very, and the reason I did that is so that the injector blade sits flush, because you can still get it to work, but it doesn't sit as flush. And when it doesn't sit as flush, guys, it's not as efficient. And a lot of you at home right now are watching this like, why in the crap would I put an injector blade? I'm just gonna show you guys how it looks kind of, an injector blade into the Challenger. Why would I do that? What's the benefit, okay? First, DE blades have lots of wobble because they're thin. This has no wobble because it's thick. And because it's thick, inside of the Challenger razor, you get less chatter. And chatter is something, because it's so light, that people complain about. This improves the feel of the razor. The other thing that I like about doing it this way is the closure mechanism with the DE blade is a bit, it's not loose per se, but it definitely doesn't hold the blade down as tight as you would want. You heard it click? You just clip the side, and there's my injector blade inside of it. And I think that looks like pretty good blade gap to me. Another thing you want to check is the head cap gap. Is it nice and flush? Mine is. We're gonna start shaving. Gonna throw in some lather, stop talking. And yeah, we're gonna try out. And I'm only gonna do half. You see this? Watch this. I'm only gonna do half my head so it doesn't dry out like it always does on me. Since I have no clue how much protection and everything I'm going to need out of the AC2 blade. I've heard mixed things on the AC2 blade, or the AC blade, sorry, excuse me. I call it the AC2 blade because the injector for me is number one, and then I got the AC blades, which are two. I don't know. That's how my brain works. That's a numbers brain. Okay, I'm going to start with the Challenger, and again, injector blade. This is a Schick. And the first thing I notice in comparison to the DE blade is how smooth. There's no whatchamacallit, feedback. Like I'm not feeling it bouncing around. And that's something I struggled with when I first got it. And I learned, there's a little bit of pressure to be applied. My friend that sent me this said, Josh, you have to apply some pressure. And I was like, yeah, I know. I realized that. Like the third pass in, I was like, oh, this is definitely bouncing around in my head. And look how simple this is. For all you guys that shaved with blue disposable razor. I think that's too far. Damn it. Dang it, I went too far. Sorry about that. I actually went too far I was going to stop here, and it was just easy. I failed you guys. I'm sorry. It's very, very efficient like this too. You definitely are like doubling down because like all of a sudden the blade's not wobbling around on you. Oh yeah, I can already tell it's night and day difference on the sides. And that was with an injector blade, guys, inside of the Challenger. And yeah, my friend was like, I apply some pressure and it works pretty good for me. And I found the same thing. A little bit of pressure on the DE blade went a long way. But I think this injector method, by shaving off those little tabs, is actually considerably, it's night and day difference on how much audible feedback and feedback in the handle and blade fill on the skin. It's a reduction in all those things, while it actually improves on how fast it knocks down stubble. And this is a razor, I don't know, it felt like really good in my hand when I first picked it up, because it feels like something I've used in the past. And I think that's kind of what they're going for with the Challenger razor is the disposable fill with a safety razor style. And I think that's cool. I think that's rad. I know it's not going to last forever, and I know that, like, right, it's plastic. It's not an heirloom piece. What I'm kind of hoping for is that I can, like, use it gently and not end up needing a new one. I'm going to be using my, this is a car towel I have, and I don't know, when I'm having a car day with the car smells, it's kind of fun to use a car towel. We're going to load this guy up, and this is kind of weird. I don't know how the Blackland Wet Vector sets up. I don't own a Blackland Vector. They're above the amount of money that I have currently to invest into the wet shaving experience for right now. I just have other things that are pressing. But this is a good price. This was $30. Apparently it's similar. Obviously it's not going to be as high quality, guys. It's not made in America. It's not made of stainless steel. But it's got a square pin. It's not circular. I don't know if that's like how the Vector is. Look at that. It's square. And then the circles, the handle actually goes around the square. I don't know. Maybe that's how they all have to be to load these kind of AC2 blades. Am I loading this right? I'm putting it right on there. No idea. This is very similar to how I loaded my DE blade. I'll tell you that much. Loaded my DE blade in this and had a shave. And the results, well, I don't want to do it on camera because I felt like it was very unfair. I feel like the results were really good. I liked how small the head was compared to the Katana. I own the other Yaqi DE razor, which is the Katana. And this is a little smaller head, width-wise. I'm not grabbing, a mistake for everybody that's like, where did he go? He just dropped out of set. Was gonna see if I had, you know, guys, I didn't grab my Katana. I thought I was gonna, you know, this is different widths. Like if you look at the width, even versus this, that's intended for a DE blade, the width is considerably, it's like it's a third small, less wide. Unplug this guy. Yeah, so this is less wide. And because it's less wide, right, you have more control, I would think. You know what I did? I installed that backwards. Of course. Not edits, no edits. You guys are gonna see this, you're gonna be like, oh, who am I even watching? That was backwards? The guy doesn't even know how to load his stuff. Yep, totally. The way this is shaped, man, it is just odd to me. Because it's so narrow. It's just so narrow. So like the entire time I'm shaving, I'm thinking to myself, is this the right size? Is this the right way? Like you kind of play this game. I don't know if the Vector's the same way. It probably is going to take me 15 times of loading this thing to feel like I have it like no brainer. That's right now. Guys, when you're loading this razor, make sure it's tight too. Yesterday, mine wasn't tight enough. Okay, we're just gonna do a fresh up. Again, this is the Holy Black Gunpowder Spice. And it's I like this. I like the soap a lot. I like the performance of the soap. I know this isn't Lather Games, but you can see like I've been talking forever and it still looks pretty good. It's nice and comfortable. Good for testing. Okay, here we go. I'm a little worried. When they say difference in blade fill, they're not kidding. Well, it's hyper efficient, I can tell you that much. It's nice and stiff compared to the DE blade yesterday. The DE blade was not as stiff, and so I felt like the entire time I had to do multiple passes. Like lots of buffing on areas, you know. Yeah, nice. We're gonna go all the way over. We're gonna test it out. Guys, can you believe that there was 30 of us? 30 dudes, 30 people that are like, I'm going to stick around and see what happens. I want to see if he cuts his head off. Like, hi, those guys are awesome, man. Thank you guys for being a part. Holy crap. I'm so happy. Like, it was cool last night. I got on my phone to see if I had any comments I needed to address, you know? And, like, there's all these, like, people that just said, like, nice things and, like, willing to, you know, follow along. And that was just so cool to me. Right? Because what I'm doing, I know, is not considered gospel. Right? This is not how people would usually recommend using this equipment. Weird, man. Really weird on this razor. So weird. Like, the small head on it makes it, like, really easy to see around. But at the same time, it's pretty smooth. It's definitely smooth. I don't know how long that smoothness is going to last. Usually with really sharp blades like this, they don't last as long for me. But yeah, Yaqi, dude. For the money, for the small little, like, person that's just like, I don't know if I want to invest in the AC blade style, man. This razor takes no pressure. Just so you guys are aware, don't apply pressure with this guy. It is willing, like, I heard somebody say it'll cut you if you look at it wrong. I feel like this will totally annihilate you if you're like, I'm gonna go with this, like, you know, just not paying attention. I want to see what will happen. Don't do that. I can tell you what will happen will not be favorable. Okay, compare. I don't know if I was, like, perfect on, like, which one, you know, was doing which thing. And if you guys were curious, this was on 14 hours of growth, and the Schick Injector has 2 shaves on it already. I know. It still feels brand new, though. They're even. I would say this is like 6s. My trouble spots are still there, and my non-trouble spots are completely obliterated. So usually, you guys know, I like to only go for the BBS, like, right, the 3 C's that I preach about: cost, closeness, and comfort. And when it comes to comfort, man, those have been awesome. Cost, man, that both razors, the $2 razor and the even $30 for the Yaqi, but it's gonna be $15 for just the head, which is pretty decent if you ask me. It's pretty fair on price, considering their competitor and competitors like Razor Rocks and everything are a little bit more. Razor Rocks does offer a stainless Ren edition and an aluminum. I think the Eco, I guess, is aluminum. I don't know if they have a Hawk that's aluminum. I think they do. You guys can see I don't have a ton of knowledge when it comes to AC blades. It's just not been my quest, not been my grail razor. Beautiful though. I mean, absolutely, like, right? You see the Vector, and it really is pretty. I think that's the one thing that draws me to the Vector, is just how stunning. It's beautiful. It's freaking beautiful. Like, you see the Blackland Vector, and it's just like, it stands, like, you know, in the little holder. It just, and I feel like all the cool guys, it's like the cool guy razor. Can I say that? Like, it's the guy in the corner that's been shaving for a long time. He has seen the stuff, and he's rocking a Vector. I guess that's its appeal to me. Yeah, guys, this is the Challenger with an Injector in it. It's awesome. This isn't my first rodeo with this, like this. Oh, yeah, that is fantastic. It really is. I really like it for the amount of, like, quick, if I want to get in there and just, like, right, do like that, I can. Fast passes, really easy. It actually favors longer strokes. I found if I was doing like little tiny strokes, it wasn't as smooth. But you're doing the big, long strokes in big areas. Right, I'm going against the grain right here. And we're annihilating stubble. Yeah, at this point, I would say this side's basically done. Need one like cleanup right here like I always do, but that's it. I mean, the Challenger razor, guys, with the injector is really good. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to speed this up. I'm trying to go fast. I'm dual wielding like this definitely takes a little bit more practice. But I really wanted to use both toys, the new toy and do a hack for you guys as well. And this has been really interesting. It's been a very interesting experience for me. I'm gonna go against the grain now. All right. I will say the larger head, like in length, doesn't affect my shave as much. I actually was like one of the people I thought it would be like a huge pro. Like, oh, that's gonna make such a big difference. I think that's how I'm kind of getting through with this shave. It's nice. I mean, try to get it into focus. Like, there's a lot of stubble in my lather, and it's cutting really close. I mean, yeah, that's pretty close considering how much blade fill I'm getting. It's really close. Anybody that's like watching this and has a keen eye, yes, I am using the PAA Starling handle with the Yaqi, because the Yaqi handle that it comes with, guys, is trash. It's garbageable. I mean, it did not have any grip whatsoever. I have the aluminum one and it's just too light for my preferences. And on top of it being really light, okay, we all complain about, pretty razors becoming slick, right? Manufacturers thinking, I'm going to make it pretty, and what they end up with is a slick son of a gun. That razor is a slick son of a gun. It could just be me. But I find this Yaqi to be pretty. This is actually really mild, guys. Efficient, definitely efficient. There we go. Fairly mild. As far as like audible, you guys can see I'm not, the razor's not like fighting me as it's going across the grain or against the grain. I mean, honestly, it doesn't even feel like it's doing very much. I keep checking down to make sure the blade is like intact because of how chillax it is. Okay. I mean, I think it's done. I think my head is finished. It's very, very efficient. I need to do that same pass type with the Challenger. Yeah, I think the first thing that really pops out to me with this is the very easy to find angle on the head. It's so intuitive. Efficiency-wise, it feels like a razor on about a 6.5. Pressure-wise, it feels like a 3, maybe. I don't know. The first second it touched my skin, I was like, I can tell that's sharp. And then after flinching and realizing it wasn't going to hurt me, yeah, it's not bad. Do that same type with the Challenger. And again, I like I said, I really like this razor. I like that I can do this. You guys see this? You guys see how long my strokes are? I could not do this as smoothly with the DE blade. And I can tell you this, there would have been a lot more redness if I had tried. And yeah, with the DE blade, it's not impossible to get a good shave out of it. That's for sure. I've gotten a bunch of them. But none of them cut like that. I mean, yeah, I like the way this handle's shaped too. For a head shaver. Neck shaver, it's kind of, I don't know, the handle's still fine. And I have heard getting underneath the nose with this guy is a pain in the butt. From what I've been told. But again, lots of stubble. I don't know if you can see. Lots of stubble. Lots of really fine stubble. And when we talk about like how long the BBS lasts, this is as long as any of my other injector razors, honestly. It doesn't look like I have lather there on my head right now, but I do. I can kind of, I'm just cleaning up some of my trouble spots. I know, wrong side, but I'm going to try and speed this up. And this will go really fast here. Guys, this is with a Schick injector. And for anybody that wants to know why I like to do this, other than, you know, like I said, gives it more thickness, gives it a lot more comfort. The cost for me, where I live on the East Coast, and the amount of shaves that I get, like I said, I'm on, this is the second Schick injector blade I've had to actually pull out. They're 7 for 7, and my last one lasted 21, I don't know, I lost count. I think it was like 21 or 22. When I was up in the 19 range, I stopped counting, and I started doing some, you know, experimentation with it. So I don't know if it was even 100% the razor's fault why it killed out. But it did, it ended up dying. So 20 divided by 7, I mean, it's comparable. You're getting an 8-cent shave at the end, and the closeness for me is probably a little bit better than a DE usually is. I don't know if you guys want to tag along for the rest of the shave here, but this was the AC blade and the injector blade duo. They're even. They're 6s. There's no difference between the two of them as far as I can feel on my head. And my head's a trouble spot because it's this area that I fight super often. It's a little bit, it needs more aggressiveness because of how much stubble I have here. It's kind of an area that I fight with. And both of these razors do an excellent job on my head. I will say, comparing it to the DE blade I used yesterday, I think the AC2 blade makes more sense. It just feels better in that razor. I think I talk a little bit about stiffness, and I think stiffness really is hard to attain in that thin of a head cap without having an already thick blade. And I was gonna do, you know, spend some time, build myself a really good blade, cut it all up and make it perfect. And I realized for something you're just throwing away, it's a lot of work. I'd rather something like this that you sand once and be done with. That doesn't affect the shave too much. All right, so let me just try to tell you guys, this Challenger razor with an injector is so easy to use. It's really cheap, really cheap. I mean, this shave, if you were to run rate it out, you know, even if it only lasts me 200 shaves, I mean, right, for $2, And then the blade, I mean, you're talking 3 cents or something, 5 cents max. And that's if it dies. I've seen one dead. One of the snapping pieces broke. I've seen that from a friend. But again, I don't know. Maybe removing those tabs up front, there's less pressure in the head cap because we're getting the pressure from the stiffness in the blade. Maybe it'll last even longer. I don't know. The one guy said he got 2 years. Yeah, but it's shaver for 2 years daily. It's pretty good money. Pretty good. And I know a lot of dudes out there are all about buy it once, and I am too. I really prefer that method. But I also like having some options when I'm traveling. You know, some cheap options. If they get jacked up, you know, I might carry on. Gonna be sad, but it's not the end of the world. Let me see this. See, like seem like I'm having a hard time at all, because I'm not. Okay, we're gonna do a little Proraso. We're gonna finish the Sunday shave up. Get you guys out of here. I know a lot of you guys have plans and you have stuff going on. Thank you for being a part of the shave, of the homebrew, of the Challenger hack, Challenger 2.0, Challenger all blade style. The Challenger Mega Blade. Now we're getting crazy. Now with the Challenger, we can say it's even more crazy. Save money, save lives. The Challenger Mega Blade. We're gonna go with the AC razor. Why? Because I have not felt this on my neck yet, and I want to feel how it feels. It is very smooth. It's deceptively smooth. Man, I'm kind of scared because without the blade fill, it's really easy to overpress. This is like one of those razors where I can already tell, like, the more form you have, right, the better your form is, the better the shave is going to be. It's not very forgiving, I guarantee it. It does not feel forgiving. I don't know if that's the AC blade of it or like the nature of the vector and of itself, because it's like a smaller head. I don't know. It doesn't feel very forgiving. It feels very much like every stroke I do is important. And yeah, I have less strokes, but it's definitely not as thoughtless. It's not as like, oh, I'll just go right at it with the Challenger and be done. The way that the head cap sits, because it's so thin, it doesn't like, you don't fall on the right angle. You kind of have to adjust. You go at it and you go slow at putting it down. Like I said, I bought this. They didn't give it to me. So my reactions, my responses, everything is mine. And it's all genuine, guys. Everything I do on this channel will be genuine, I promise. I'm not a person that's going to be like, get on there and be cited or swayed because, you know, somebody sent me something. I'm going to give you my opinions, my honest ones. And I mean, it's pretty darn smooth. I'm going to wait a second. I want to see if there's any like major reaction to it. But yeah, it's nice. Definitely could use one more pass, but I'm going to not do that. I would say it's a solid 6 on, or 5. We're going to go 5 on efficiency. This is like probably like a 6. It's like one step up in efficiency and aggressiveness and blade fill. The other one's like a 5. I think use some buffing. May actually even use a little pressure to it. I'm doing this to show you guys. Like, yeah, my Challenger definitely has some hair it's cutting going on top. Like it has a bunch of hair it's cutting. Man, it's just so, makes me so sad. I can't get a good amount of glare reduction. Stupid glare reduction, what a thing. Yeah, that's way better. Yeah. I don't know about this this Yaqi. It may be too mild for me. But this Challenger, on the other hand, is not. It is perfect. It's like that, the Goldilocks situation, right? Oh yeah, that's way better for me. I could feel it on the towel. I was like, there's something pulling on the towel. And now nothing's pulling on the towel. So that's it. That's the home hack. Shave off the little nubs on your Challenger razor. Be able to have a cheap style injector, right? This is probably the cheapest injector you can get your hands on. I don't even think you can buy a Type H or a Type J for $2. Maybe if you went shopping like around some like crazy cheap antique shops, you could find them. I don't think so, but you could try. Oh yeah. What's interesting is on my head, the one slot that I did, it's okay. It's good. I can tell it's BBS, but it definitely doesn't have that same like hair's never grown there feeling as it does on this side. This side's definitely just a titch, just gonna be really fine levels of fine layers of blades of stubble. It's a good shave. Both of them are good shavers, right? Both these guys are pretty good little shavers, and you can see we got one mark. We got one little one. Yep, I thought perhaps. It wasn't that I felt like it cut me, but I overworked the skin. Go for it, guys, go for it. I hope this has been awesome for you guys. This is really fun for me. I get on the camera and I'm just like stoked. I'm like, yes, we're doing it today. I missed yesterday because, like I said, the video I filmed with the DE blade inside of this it just wasn't fair. I wanted to be able to do like I've done both at X, and I couldn't do that. So now doing both, the DE blade was way more choppy. I wouldn't recommend it. The blade cap is too thin. What ends up happening is there's not enough pressure to make that blade really tight, and maybe getting like a shim or something, I don't know, it'd be even more fiddly. Just getting it tight and taut was a pain in the butt. And even after I got it all fitted and everything, I feel like this was smoother. Definitely was a good shave. I hope that helps, guys. Have a great Sunday. Thanks for subscribing. Going into the work week. Good luck to all of you guys out there that are grinding this week. Bye.